Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for a weekly angel reading for September 19th through the 25th, 2016. So let's just take a deep breath and just relax and release everything that is on your mind and just let go of anything that is clouding your heart and any information that is so that the information from your higher consciousness, your higher self, can come through loud and clear and just open up for you a sacred space within your heart, a sacred circle they're showing me, as if it looks like almost like a Garden of Eden sort of setting where there's this sacred circle and this tree within that sacred circle. And that tree represents your connection to this your physical world, or your roots go into the earth, and the trunk represents that connection that you have, and leading up into the branches that are full for everyone with all the wisdom and information, knowledge, insights from your higher self. And so I'm already getting a sense that in this week, we really need to create sacred space for ourselves and a place where you can connect within to your dreams, your aspirations, your hope. Literally wrote the word hope. A place for you to connect with your body, and they had written this a little bit earlier, and where you're just paying attention to your body's responses and how your body is responding to your life. And that means like what you're interacting with in your life, the various situations, circumstances, relationships. Pay attention to your body, which I get a sense is going to be this very, very sensitive translator of frequency, of vibration, of energy, really helping you to identify and to, I feel like they're trying to say identify trust, confidence, identify hope. So your body is going to be acting as a radar of information for you in this week. It's going to be one of the ways that you're going to really understand your connection even better. So treat your body as holy ground. Treat and pay attention to the range of your energetic field around you. This is the sacred space in which the universe holds you. And what they're writing is the word law. They wrote law and love. Holds you within this sacred space, this holy space of love. So love surrounds you. And the laws of love are operating from within you and radiating outward, creating this sacred space, creating this protection. I'm hearing that word, they want you to understand that the love from within you are the beacon of love, and you radiate outward around you this very sacred and holy space that is running the laws of love and creating protection for you in your life. So as long as you stay connected with that truth, that reality, that experience of love, then you can be assured that your hopes will bring you joy, and they're writing long long-lasting joy, so long-lasting protection, long-lasting security, long-lasting everything that you could ever need. And you are in a vehicle. They wrote the word van. So you're kind of in this vehicle, this van of energy, this energetic transportation that will carry you wherever you want to go. It's fully fueled. It's got all the latest technology, and that means to help you to advance your life in the ways that you would like. So the only thing that you have to do in this in lock, they wrote the word, don't lock out, okay, or lock yourself from within from being able to have access to this. You have the lock. There is no lock, but don't put one there. And they're showing me the big movie screen, which is my symbol for that you're gonna get the big picture this week about this. You're gonna either identify, and they're writing look. They want you to look because it looks like you're gonna identify when you lock yourself out of this love. And that's why this sensitivity is going to be, this holiness, sacred space in this week is going to be so important for you to really put your attention to your body and start noticing those physical reactions or symptoms that occur for you. And they're writing the word lack that comes up every time. So lack is when is what's locking you out. And you're going to be able to identify the lack. You're going to pick it up in your body and in your interactions, and this is going to be where you need to focus. This is the big picture where you need to focus this week, and feel. They're writing this out. Okay, they want you to feel what it feels like. I know they want you to feel it when you lock yourself out, when you focus on lack. They want you to notice the judgment, as they show me a gavel of a court judge. They want you to notice the judgments that come up for you, because, and then the reaction you feel in your body, and the reactions that you have, because that's the moment you're locking yourself out. Otherwise, the love is flowing. It is always flowing. It never stops flowing. But when your attention is withdrawn from it, you feel locked out. And when your attention is withdrawn from it, they're writing the word again, you feel lack. And then they're writing the word false. They're saying this is false. This is a false, and they're writing the word landing. So this is a false landing, okay? So you have to understand that at that moment, you don't try to struggle with this and try to find a way to let yourself back in where you already are. You never got kicked out, okay? Maybe that's why they're using this Garden of Eden, because there never was a kicking out of the Garden of Eden. Whoa, this is huge, right? We were never kicked out. We locked ourselves out. We displaced ourselves in an illusion. But the Garden of Eden has always been there, if you will. And we've always been residing within it, because there is no other place for us to be. The Garden of Eden is the laws of love, and the laws of love comes from the source God, the creator. So we have never been separated from our creator. And this week we're going to discover how and when we've been locking ourselves out. And the key is through this receptor, the physical body, to notice the reactions of lack that come up when you're locking yourself out. And all you got to do is just let go of that idea in the moment of being locked out and in your life, and choose this as just a little alarm system, letting you know that you're using a false setting, if you will, and to stop. So stop, look, and listen. Stop what you're doing, okay? And that is stop focusing or cycling the lack. Just stop it immediately. Don't try to figure it out, except you've identified. That's all we're doing. And this will be extremely rewarding. Bless it. Thank you. Be appreciative of recognizing the the lack in that moment, how you've been locking yourself out because you didn't know it before. Don't judge it, okay? But just be appreciative that you recognized it. And because the fact that you stumbled upon the first times, right, and noticed that you locked, oh, I'm locking myself out. Now that means that already, once you're identifying it, it means that you are on to something new. It means that you, your you're no longer, your coping mechanism is no longer functioning as efficiently as it was before in terms of keeping you locked out. Your ego is not, so it's tripping up because you're noticing something completely different, and that's a good thing. So it's going to feel a little awkward at first, obviously. So you stop and you cycle, then look, and then redirect to figure out in that moment, no matter what you're doing, how do I want to feel? If you're in a meeting, how do I want to feel? In this conversation, how do I want to feel? About this food, how do I want to feel? Instead of having cravings for something, ask yourself, how do you want to feel when you eat? And then choose the food from that feeling. And that's what that's what the look is. Look for how you want to feel, because that draws you. That's the way to find alignment. Because we keep trying to adjust or tune ourselves to the feelings of the outward circumstances, and we keep going with it, and when we go with it, that's when we lock ourselves out, because we're on some other train of thought. We're following either the collective feed instead of our own natural feed. You can't be reading everybody else's feed and paying attention, keeping up with it like we do in our apps, right? And not keep up with your own feed. So your own feed every day, all along, ask yourself, how do you want to feel? That's how you check into your own feed, and that's how you keep your alignment going. And then the listen part is, then from that, after you ask that question and the look part, then whatever ideas come to you is going to come from your divine guidance. Go with it no matter what it is. You'll feel the clarity, the freedom in your body. And so you'll know it's right. Usually what happens is, this is a process that to stop, look, and listen. We do it naturally, but we just ignore it because something's pulling us from outside. Oh, I gotta pay this bill. Oh, I gotta get my kid to this activity. Oh, my boss seems upset with me right now, and I gotta, it's all of this stuff. It's always them. And last week we were talking about, cutting those strings, right? Over mothering and over nurturing everybody, taking care of everybody else and not taking care of ourselves. And this is the way to do it immediately, all day long. Put yourself first so you can be your best self, be your most aligned, harmonious, secure self when you offer your services to the world. You see, this is what we must do in order to develop a true heartland security, as in a homeland security for your soul, for your inner being. But your inner being doesn't need to feel, this is for your ego personality to help it calm down, because your inner being doesn't even think this way. But this exercise, hopefully, that they're given to you will begin to help you to recognize that you are more like your inner being, which needs nothing in truth except to be, and to be about the choices that one can be. So you realize that you have choice, and when you ask yourself how you want to feel for every situation, no matter what it is, you are starting to own your power again and take back and recognize the power of being able to choose for yourself all things that you interact with, and not give it over to somebody else at times. That's why some of us who have a hard time making decisions and we need that validation, that's the sort of the cause behind it, because again, everything is about lack, and that means that you feel at that moment that you lack the confidence or you lack trust in your own abilities. And so this exercise will help you practice that out. It made the hugest amount of change for me in my own life, and I'm still working with it. So I encourage you to do the same. All right, so let's just continue to see. So your angels want you to know that they're going to be here with you. They're going to be they wrote eyes. So they're going to really be your eyes this week in helping you to get this big picture. So you're going to get nudges from them. They're going to be helping you with this change, as they're showing me a butterfly. And this is going to be a huge change in your heart. And this is not something for you to go, oh my God, I got something else to work on. No, you know, you're not a work in progress. You've always been a progress. You've always been progressive. Your inner being is progressive. So it's always going to be expanded. It's always going to be wanting more. It's going to always be wanting to refine itself. This is just the joy and delight of the pleasure that the soul takes. From the ego perspective, it's like, oh, got to get rid of another part of me. And that's the ego talking. So remember, you don't have to do anything. You get to do things. Remember to think, instead of, oh, I have to go take my kids. Oh, now I get to go take my kids to their, oh, I have to get my work done. I get to get my work done. Oh, I have to do my laundry. I get to do my laundry now. Try that out too, because it changes everything, how it feels. All right, so let's take a look at the Archangel Oracle card, which is the theme for this week. And we have Archangel Raguel, and we have divine order. And the card says, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. So this is another one of those cards that really, from this deck, that perplexes me, like the one we had last week with Archangel Uriel, you know what to do. And so this card, is divine order, is saying that everything, this card is really saying you don't have to do anything, actually. What you need to do is focus on loving yourself. And oops, we don't want to really say that, because you already are the love. So all you got to do is start implementing things that honor what you feel is right for you. And when you do that, when you don't override, when you start to deny, you're overriding your heart. And you're overriding the divine order that has already been orchestrated from your heart, which the universe is co-creating with you, is cooperating with you to make that come about. So you don't have to do anything. You just have to stay in the flow. And so this week, if you can do that, focus on paying attention to how your body feels and how it's responding to something that you're doing, and stay in that flow. Stay in that flow, okay? And don't lock yourself out. Hold your sacred space. Then everything will flow in to you. Everything will naturally flow into you. And you'll raise, and what they're showing me right now is a pyramid, and they're writing inside, they're saying you're going to raise your vibration by doing this. And as you raise your vibration, this raises the expectation, the vibration, this cooperation, this co-creating. Naturally, this is your inner being's harmony and sustainable joy will raise the vibration of expectation which is like magnets, little magnets, and it'll just start to pull those expectations towards you. So the only thing that you need to do is stay clear, stay in harmony. And that means go with your flow. Go with your inner being's natural rhythm and harmony. Just keep don't practice denial. When you want something, go for that. When you feel that it comes from within, you'll know when it's inspired. Don't worry about, what about, I can hear somebody going, well, should I just do this even though it's not good for me? Well, then if you're thinking that, and that that's not coming from you, that's your ego, because it's trying to, be cynical. Well, then that's not the choice. If you got to hear it in your head like that, then that's not the choice for you to make. So the choice, when something's good for you, you'll feel inspired. You'll feel even better than what you feel right in this moment. That's when you know it's divine guidance and not false guidance coming from your ego. You're going to always feel better than where you are right now. Even if that's where you are right now is good, you're definitely going to feel better than that, because that's what has always been offered to you. That's the kind of information that your higher self that love brings to you. So they're showing me a bench or a chair, and when they show me this, a park bench, it means that to relax. And they're writing the law. The laws of the universe want you to relax, and so you can bring in, allow that higher frequency of information and to come through to you, to guide you. Okay, they will do that for you. All right, let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. And we have the Nine of Autumn. So this card is usually about becoming independently secure in your finances. So opportunities for self-employment, or that you've reached this place in your life where you're not worried about money. Now, remember, the physical, the outer manifestation is one thing, but the inner manifestation is the primary thing. So this could also mean that you may have some financial situations that you're dealing with, but that at the beginning of the week, you no longer are worried about those things. You all of a sudden just have this sense that something's going to work out, or you have ideas come to you about how it's going to work out, and you're able to relax and enjoy yourself. You're able to focus on the creative things, or the really amazing things in life. And I just wrote the word out, hawk. And the thing that I'm getting is that you're going to, the word pinpoint. So you're going to be able to pinpoint something. You're going to really be able to focus in on something from a far distance. And so you're going to have this foresight about how something is going to pan out for you. And I don't know why I keep seeing and feeling the word lawyer. So, even if there's something legal involved that was causing you, maybe there was some kind of legal situation and you had some financial troubles and there's something that had to be worked out legally, you're going to see that you may have been worried about it, but you're going to see that this is going to pan out for you. You're going to see that it's going to go, that you're safe and that things are going to work out in your favor. So you're going to worry less. You're just going to, in general, you're going to put, if you're not finding yourself in a better place financially, you're going to see something come up and you're going to see ahead that it's actually going to work out, so you can relax and put that aside. Let me just tune in and see if there are any additional messages about this card. So they're just showing me some opportunities. They're showing me windows of opportunity coming up for you. And they're saying that they're writing the word law again. And so this is coming because you are finding and putting yourself in that place of love, and you're raising your frequency through this. And the laws are going to respond immediately to this. And they're saying, they're writing the word garbage. So they're like, you're going to release a lot of garbage. It's just going to get released that that was sort of in clogging up your energy and keeping you focused on that lack. So you're going to unlock yourself. You're going to unlock, and you're going to have full access to abundance. You're going to see, they keep writing the word lawn. So your energy field is going to change, okay? And this is going to create you being able to either create opportunities for yourself, or opportunities are going to start to flow in for you, or shifts in your perspective about, especially around how you see your finances and your own self-worth is going to shift. All right, let's take a look at the card for the middle of the week. And this is a good card to have right next to this, because I see this card as visions. You usually this card shows waiting for the ships to come in. And so it kind of fits in, like now you can start to imagine and visualize things working out in the middle of the week. And with that comes some real clarity. Now you can start to make plans that you have some assurance about. As you know, the next card that follows this, excuse me, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. It would be the Four of Spring or the Four of Wands, and you see, this couple and this celebration. So this card foretells that, things are going out, and as they're going out, it gives you hope because what I'm getting right now is that you got something done, or you launched something, you got something out. Like, let's say you had a deadline and you got it, you said you gave yourself a deadline, and you have a deadline at your job, and you had so much time to get this done, and then you got it done, and now you knew that when you got that part done, that the next steps were going to happen where you could maybe start to reap some rewards. So now that that's done, you're watching it sail, you feel relieved, and now you have cause, and I'm talking about like real valid reasons to say, okay, now I can relax. Now I know I can maybe afford this because this is going to bring me some rewards or some financial returns. Or now I can focus on this project or this relationship. I know it's going to work out now. So it's like you can take the next step now. And that's what the middle of the week is about. This card says, plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. See there? So that's confirmation right there. Okay, so let's take a look at the card for the end of the week. And we have another really great card here. This is the Justice card. So, again, if there's something legal, and I don't know in what way, it could be all kinds of things, negotiating contracts, or it could be a legal, I'm not a legal, but like something you're doing, filing papers or something like this. Maybe there is a court decision you're waiting on. But whatever it is, this card is saying, take time to review the details. You will win in the end, fair and objective decisions. Now, here with this card, you see the Excalibur just floating in the air. So it's something you've been looking for, okay? You've been on a journey of truth, and there's something that you've been, it was almost like an idea in your mind. You hadn't been able to realize it yet, but you were following that path. And somehow the weekend, and they're writing forever. This is something you've been trying to work towards forever. It has felt that way to you. But in the divine time, there is not these long distance of years and time the way that we experience it. It's always been right around the corner, or right in front of your face for in the non-physical. So you're just clearing your path, or clearing your mind or your head, in order that now you can see it. It's like, oh, it was right there, but it was in another dimension and you couldn't see it. And so something at the end of the week is just going to kind of pop up, and you're just going to have this moment where all of a sudden you weren't seeing, and it was right in front of your face the whole entire time. And so they want you to understand that you've always been where you needed to be. You just needed to allow yourself to see. Okay? That's exactly what I just heard them say. You are, there's not you've always been. You are always where you need to be. You just need to allow yourself to see. You don't allow yourself to see, and what is it? Your truth. You live forever, they're writing this word again, in your truth. You were never kicked out. You've always been there. So the Garden of Eden, this ideal place, this place of perfection, peace and harmony, your soul resides there. That's what your inner being is. When you wake up in the morning and you feel life running through you, and you know that you are a soul, that part of you is the Garden of Eden. That part before you start thinking about this world, and then all that stuff comes rushing in, all those obligations, And that's that burden we put on ourselves. That's like the 10 of wands, all that stuff, get rid of that stuff. It's false. It's false because you're reading it as your reality, and you put your attention and all that power of choice over into those things, those 10 wands, instead of relying on your heart's inner justice, the truth. Okay, and if you were to stick with that, then you would be able to see what you're looking for instead of seeing all the stuff you're not looking for. That's what they mean by looking for love in all the wrong places, because you're not seeing with your inner being's love, you're seeing with your ego. So whenever you're looking through the eyes of your ego, you're looking for love in all the wrong places, and you're just gonna always find what you're not looking for instead of what you are looking for. So let that be something you think about even when you are looking for relationships. You can't ego. So you can't have this list of all the things you don't want, or all the things you see lacking in your spouse or people, because that's the ego, and that's looking for love in all the wrong places, which causes you to see yourself in situations that are not healthy for you. All right, so let's take a look at the card. From the bottom of the deck, I already pulled it, and it's the release card. So in this week, you're going to be letting things go. Now, you don't have to do this. This is going to be happening. This is the card from the bottom of the deck, which tells the underlying message of what's occurring for you underneath. You are going to be releasing it this week. You don't have to do it. This is what's going to be happening. This is sort of subconscious. This is sort of something that's been established underneath you in the foundations this week. The foundations of your inner being, of your life, is releasing and letting go. It's allowing for powerful transformations. It's allowing for you to heal. It's allowing you to move on, as the card says. It says, let go of the past, and ending makes way for new opportunities. Time to move on. So new opportunities are coming up as you focus on the things that you no longer need in your reality, and as you focus in that holy space, keep that holy ground, this is going to occur for you naturally. So all you got to do is hold the space, pay attention to your body as your sensitive love guidance system, as an extension of that guidance system. Okay, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings. Thank you all for following me. Thank you for all the new subscribers, those of you who share. Please continue to like the videos, share them, and subscribe. I'm thinking about some other videos, other types of videos, and so when I get to them, you'll be aware of them. If you're looking for an angel reading, go to my website, theangelschool.com, which you can find in the description link below. Also, follow us for the daily card messages, which you can find on my Facebook page, which is in the description link below. So God bless you, and have a powerful and abundant week.